From the KATC Weather Lab, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, we've been on a stretch of some very nice weather, a little bit of taste or pre-taste of fall. Well, that begins to go away this weekend, and next week we got some full summer heat in the forecast. More on that in just a bit. First off, though, high pressure still dominating, allowing for dry air across Louisiana, but the amount of dryness denoted in these shades of cream and brown are kind of eroding away. So we're seeing a little bit more moisture in the atmosphere. The tropical moisture still stays out in the Gulf of Mexico, but we're going to start to feel that humidity creeping up. We already showed you the dew points are starting to come up, so not quite as cool tomorrow morning, but still it's going to be a nice fair night. Temperatures dropping down into the middle 60s, which is about 2 or 3 or 4 degrees milder than what we were this morning and yesterday morning, but it's still going to feel good in the morning. But as we progress into the weekend, feeling a little bit more like summer. So as we get into the tropics, we do have tropical depression down here in the eastern Pacific, but no worries here. A little bit of a tropical wave trough along the east coast, and a couple of other tropical waves out in the Atlantic. One coming off the African coastline. That one's going to move westward. This one's going to move out into the North Atlantic. Then our area of interest in the form of Tropical Storm Fiona. But once again, we continue to see Tropical Storm Fiona. Center of circulation is here. Notice all the convections on the eastern side of this system. It's a bona fide tropical storm. Hurricane hunters were in there and saw tropical storm force winds up to 65-mile-per-hour winds, but for right now, Hurricane Center is going with 60-mile-per-hour winds and not strengthening it a whole lot because of that upper-level shear that we see. But nonetheless, tropical storm conditions will be hitting the Leeward Islands tomorrow and eventually the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico as we head into Saturday, Dominican Republic Sunday, Monday, and then the system is expected to head into the southern Bahamas as we head into early next week. After that, it looks to be a little bit interesting. We're going to have some land interactions, which could, when you have a fragile tropical storm, sometimes these dissipate. Other times, once they clear the islands, they intensify. And that's both what the Euro and the GFS model are doing, picking up on the system, bringing it to the Bahamas, and then beginning to intensify it as we get into the mid and latter part of next week. Here's the Euro model, and I'm going to show you the whole 10 days just to give you an idea what we see and maybe some Florida impacts going into the following weekend. GFS, on the other hand, is faster and also deeper with a low-pressure system developing, but nonetheless going for a developing system in the Bahamas and maybe not threatening Florida directly, but somewhere up across the mid-Atlantic, maybe even the Northeast or New England. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Right now, not a Gulf threat, but as long as this has got a westward trek and we got to wait to see it clear the islands, we're not going to say it's not going to be a complete miss on the Gulf of Mexico, maybe Eastern Gulf. We'll have to wait and see on that. Anything in the tropics is always fair game this time of year, but it's been awfully quiet. We hope it stays that way in our part of the ocean and Gulf of Mexico. So fair skies tomorrow morning will be in the mid 60s, so not quite as cool, but still a nice day. A mostly sunny day for our Friday. Few clouds, maybe an isolated shower towards St. Mary Parish, but we're keeping the rain chances near zero tomorrow. Saturday, different story though. Partly cloudy skies. We should see a few pop-up showers or thunder showers Saturday afternoon, and we'll see much the same going into Sunday as well. Lower 60s tonight versus upper 50s the last couple of nights, so a little bit milder, but still pleasant. 66 in Lafayette, mid-60s I-10 corridor, and pretty much mid-60s across the coastal parishes as well, with the exception being Cameron, of course. Overnight tonight, 66 is our favorite number, with generally fair skies out there. Some high-level cirrus clouds. Look for Jupiter straight overhead. Hopefully you got to see the space station tonight. Came right overhead as scheduled. That was kind of cool. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a warm finish to the week. For the most part, we'll go 91 the high. East to southeast winds, allowing that humidity to inch ever so slowly higher, and we'll see that trend going into the weekend. So a little bit more like summer this weekend, and then high pressure building in, and it's going to be dry and get even hotter, at least during the day. Highs in the mid-90s, but overnight lows and dew points won't be too terribly bad, but nonetheless, fall officially gets here later into Thursday, and for the first days of fall, we might see temperatures in the mid-90s. That's the way it goes. We'll just have to wait a little longer for those pumpkin spice lattes.
Yeah. We've waited this long, so
yeah,
just
exactly.
a few more weeks.
Right.
Thank you, Rob.